where's that going to lead? Why is Trump continuing to talk about this possibility? And if he's willing to talk about Canada as a 51st state, what else is he willing to countenance?
You've been studying America's policies against other countries, Canada included. How do you take in Trump's policy threats against Canada and Prime Minister Trudeau's response?
Since he announced the tariffs of 25% on all Canadian exports, has done something that nobody else was able to do in Canada for years, which is to unite the whole political class of Canada. And now we've seen the whole political class in Canada united against Trump. So that's quite an achievement by the American president. Canada is one of the United States' closest ally, if not the closest ally. Diplomacy runs on trust. It runs on mutual feelings of benevolence, and that's not what we have seen from the Trump administration so far. Now, his repeated threats to annex Canada have been just another baffling change or aspect of his new policies, and that is again what is causing a lot of anxiety in Canada, because they're our biggest trading partner. They are extremely important to our prosperity, and now that we have a leader like this, there's a lot of uncertainty ahead for the next 4 years. It's quite likely that if he continues along the path of tariffs, which he seems intent to do, he seems wont to do, I think indeed this is going to provide further impetus for countries around the world, especially countries that have long-standing trading partnerships with the United States, to try to hedge their bets a little more and diversify their trading partners. We are seeing that in Canada. For a few years, Canadian officials have talked about diversifying our trade partners. Right now, about 70% of Canada's trade goes to the United States, so we're trying to bring that number a little bit further down. But other countries are going to do the same as well, and it remains to be seen if countries like Japan, for example, I've been based in Japan for a long time. It's one of the most important allies of the United States. Same thing for South Korea. These two countries are looking at the current situation and are wondering if Canada, if a close ally of the United States is treated as such, that it's quite likely that South Korea and Japan are going to be treated as such as well. And that might indeed further lead to changes in supply chains, in reconfigurations of different trade blocks around the world. And already, of course, as we all know, over the last few years, we've seen an increasing fracturing of the world. So that what's going to happen over the next 4 years may simply add to that global trade instability and reconfiguration of partnerships that we have already been seeing for 4 years.